Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly Ascension Angel Messages for August 18th through the 24th, 2025. So, as we begin, let's just take a moment to set an intention for this reading and to connect in with your angels' messages. Be aware of the angels and the ascended masters that might be standing around you at this time, and feel their love. Feel their love and their energy radiating towards you. And just breathe in their light and their love deep into the cells of your body. And now they step into your inner world, lighting it up. From within, so that you now radiate this angelic wisdom, codes, and keys of light and unconditional love. And you may feel your frequency rising. And you may even feel elevated. And your heart may even be bubbling with joy and renewal and inner peace and abundance. And just breathe in deeply and softly. Breathe it all in and relax your body as you release. And they are attuning you to the frequency of the planet Jupiter and its ascended aspect, Jambe. So just allow yourself to connect into the feeling of joy, expansion, abundance, vitality, health, and so allow yourself to amplify joy. And if you're having or struggling with this in any way, set the intention of bringing more joy into your daily experiences and into your, in particular, your concerns at this time, and just trust the universe. So I'd like to thank you for returning to this weekly series, and to also welcome anyone who is new to our Angelic Wisdom community. I hope it feels as good as to you as it does to me, that intention setting that the angels did with us. If you are new and you haven't already subscribed, make sure that you do that, and like the video and leave your comments as well. If during the remaining few months of the summer, before September 1st, you would like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And for the summer, I'm available Monday through Friday, 12 to 6 p.m. And so just be aware of that. And during the school year, I'll have to open up on Saturdays. But the weekday, we'll see. Hopefully, I'll have a easier, lighter year. So I'll let you know about weekday availability. But for now, I'm available. If you'd just like to support my channel with a donation, you can select my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom. I hope you've all had the opportunity to see the monthly Ascension Angel messages for August. So if you haven't, that link will be the first one that you will see in the description area beneath this video, with all the other things I've mentioned. Also, don't forget about my mentor and medical intuitive teacher, who offers weekly healings for free on YouTube on her channel, Kim Seer, as in Seer. Okay, Kim Seer. And the link is there. I hope it's working, but I took it from her channel. But you can also just type in Kim Seer channel and you will see her there. So as you can see, I was guided to pick a new deck, and it happens to be an animal deck. It's called the Black Sea Tarot. This is the guidebook. And when I choose the decks, I just usually get a feeling that they want me to switch. So I tune in and I ask what that might be. And they usually show me something from the deck, like a setting or a scene, or they might give me the title or hint, or some kind of hint. And so just if anybody wants to know how I choose decks for these readings, or for even your personal readings, everything I tune in to get guidance to show me that. So I'm not very familiar with every animal in here, and that's not my purpose. So, don't crucify me for not knowing. But I have the guidebook here. If I need to take a peek to see what the animal is, I might do that if it's not distracting to what I'm thinking about and translating. So it's a beautiful deck, very light colors. All right, so let's go ahead now and tune into the energy for this week. And what they're kind of showing me right off is sort of this, it feels like crystal bars, almost like you're in a crystal cell, but, and they're either quartz or selenite, some kind of white, pure white crystal. And there's a sense of standing there and wanting to go beyond it. The thing about it is that this gate, it's almost like a cell, feels like a cell, opens, and it's almost like it opens, and it opens up into this beautiful garden. It just reminds you of the Nine of Pentacles, where um, you know, this woman has achieved all of the success and the security that she could ever want in her life. The only thing that's missing is people to share it with. And so perhaps there's a caution here with the crystals, um, to, first of all, I'll say it this way. There's a caution about setting, about going after, goals or dreams and ambitions, and not really, um, and sort of going it alone, and or feeling like, nobody else, uh, or feeling like there's nothing else and more important than this, and to the point that you exclude everything and everyone else, and you get what you want, but it's not what you thought it would be, because you know we're meant to enjoy our lives, and with others, right? And it's about, we always are truly abundant, and so we always have enough for everyone that comes into our lives. We have enough time for them. We have enough resources and energy for them. But they write the word busy. We get busy, um, in a way that excludes all of that, and so we feel like we don't have time. It's an illusion that we don't have time. But if we don't make time for what we consider to be intrusions, then there's no um, real way for you to enjoy what you have achieved. You just remain busy. It's like you remain on this fast track, and you're just zooming through this life and not even paying attention to it, and maybe not realizing what you actually have. So there's they're cautioning you, and that crystal gate, um, is somehow asking us to consider a higher vision, for ourselves, one that makes more room for others, and time and space to enjoy, and time and space for yourself to grow and develop spiritually, but also to be amongst others that you can share and pass on, um, the treasures and gifts that you've received from your journey. So they show me a tree with a very thin trunk. Almost reminds me sort of um, like a glass, like the glass, the stem on a glass of wine or something. Um, and so this tree is also, sort of, I want to say, it gives me a sense of almost being whitish blue, pale blue, sort of like the backs of these cards. And this gives me a sense of, awareness of higher consciousness. And I'm seeing the bars again. It's something that, this is sort of like an Eight of Swords. It's like there's something that we're not making enough time to communicate with our higher self, to and it keeps creating these blocks. for us. It seems like there needs to be a balance and it's showing me now just the roots going deep into the earth. So there's a feeling of don't be anxious for anything. Take your time, be more deliberate, and often reevaluate they show me a chef's hat. Um, it's almost like being creative in what you're going to take into yourself, take into your life. Make sure it's healthy enough for you. Don't settle for something just good enough, but make sure it's really going to nurture your soul. Make sure that your choices are really what you deeply need and desire, that will fulfill you. Make sure there's a passion involved in your goals and in your dreams. And if you feel like I don't have one right now, but you're in your one of your dreams, you might say, well, mine's a nightmare. Well, if it's a nightmare, somehow then that means that you haven't taken much time. You've, sort of skipped over things. It's sort of like, somebody tells you to read, this book for a course or a class, and you skim through it. And so if things aren't feeling like they feel like the opposite of your dream, then start taking more deliberate actions. Because no matter how you feel about your life has come together all around choices. So really make sure your choices, I don't know if this is the right way to say this, but I feel like meaty choices, right? Like really take a deep, take your time to chew, take a good bite, chew on it, and take your time to digest what plans you have set for yourself or goals you have made for yourself. And know that it's almost like it's not about just making a choice and whether it's going to be right or wrong choice. It's about how invested you are in any choice. I don't think right or wrong is really the thing to be concerned about. It's about investment. Because what they're seemingly getting at is that we skim over the choices that we make. We're not fully invested in the choices that we make. Or they're writing the word heartfelt. It's about choices and heartfelt. Don't go with it. Don't worry about right or wrong. Go with heartfelt decisions. Because at least you'll have a greater awareness of your choice. So that whatever comes up and however you have to manage those challenges and the successes within those choices, you will be keyed in to what it is that's going on and how you need to fine-tune something. But when you skim over and you just make a choice out of fear, which is worrying about right or wrong, then you're not present. And then you get in the middle of your decision and you don't understand. The only thing you understand is fear and restriction and lack. And then that becomes a limiting reality where you don't even think you have power or choice. Because it was never heartfelt. It was never a full investment. And when you invest, this full investment has this idea of, it's not about right or wrong. It's not about, is this going to work or not? But it's about knowing what you're passionate about and this dedication that you're up for whatever it takes to make it work. And you release all of those fears. And so you find yourself more solution minded as challenges come about. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with for this week. All right, and it's Archangel Zadkiel. And it says it's time for transmutation. Carry the violet flame. So it's time to clear the slate, to clear your energy. And, when we realize that that we're confronted with a challenge, and we might all of a sudden feel, even after a heartfelt investment, that we've lost our way. This means now that you probably have too many other voices in your head. Some from the past, right? Those painful voices, those critical voices from the past, and the self-doubt that we carry, or other people's energy. And so we need to clear before we can and we need to make sure that we clear our energy in order to have a heartfelt connection to our guidance. So don't just keep pushing through when trouble arises, when uncertainty and doubt overwhelm, or you're feeling anxious in any way. Clear your energy. You can call upon Archangel Zadkiel for the violet flame of transmutation. Just do that right now. Take a deep breath, a deep centering breath, and focus on the joy in your heart. And allow that joy to completely envelop you. Surrender to it. Surrender to love. So when we're in this anxious state or frustrated state or confused state, there is a gap that has been created somewhere in your connection to your guidance. Call upon Archangel Zadkiel, who loves you unconditionally, to step into your inner world and reality. And ask him now to blaze victoriously the violet flame of transmutation in all directions of time, space, and dimensions. And just feel the violet flame surging all around you in all directions of time, space, and dimensions, and through your entire being, body, mind, and soul, clearing anything that has caused an intrusion or a gap in your connection to your guidance and source, until you are completely whole and safe. In every foundation and facet of your life. In every facet of your life and their foundations. And thank Him for all the fortune that this will bring to you now and moving forward. All right, let's take a look at the cards. So they've been laid down from left to right. So there is a focus on external reality. And so, again, the feeling, and I got this feeling for myself yesterday, that on a daily basis, work with whatever tools that you use for clearing your energy, especially after you've completed something. You'll know you need it because you just feel unsettled or confused or anxious. And there's just been a buildup. Usually, right now, as we are all one in the collective body, a lot of what you are feeling is really not just about you. You're feeling collectively because everybody is really so almost energetically codependent. We've never been so rattled to our cores. So a lot of what you're feeling is the weight of the world. And then when you're interacting with the world and the things you're dealing with, you need to clear your energy. You can also ask the violet flame, to clear, like, psychic attack or entities or attachments, negativity, etc. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure that you're disconnecting from all of that often enough so that you can stay fluent and fluid as a channel of oneness and be accessing the clearest, most transparent divine guidance that allows you to really make deeply heartfelt and invested choices. So let's take a look at the first card. And it's the Four of Wands. So there is this sense of, taking a moment to celebrate something that you've received or to acknowledge another. These two turtles, look like they're standing on something. I can't tell what it is, but it's like they are taking this opportunity, and turtles move slowly. So taking some real investing in this moment in time, something you've received something, but you have to make moments, clear moments, to celebrate them, to feel the contentment, to feel the solidarity of this sort of interim accomplishment. The journey isn't over, but this card within this suit is a huge reminder, before you go out and start, because the next card is the five, or it's a competition. So, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be, there's going to be something for you to, challenge or a hump to get over, to get to the six of victory. So take this moment to acknowledge what you've received and to enjoy. This usually shows some kind of festivities, like a wedding, or it could be a cookout, or it could be, some kind of occasion where others are gathered. Here we come to the Ten of Pentacles, and this might be encouraging us to really do this with our families, right? To really take this time to think about, to appreciate what, and your family could be those who make you feel loved and cherished. It could be your soul tribe, right? Your loved ones. But to take that opportunity to really cherish the legacy of your loved ones and what they mean to you. And so to connect with them, or to connect with those people in your life and share a good time with them. All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. So this is really definitely focusing on the external relationships. We have the Page of Cups. Isn't he adorable? And, this is a reminder, to be aware of our sensitivities, right? The Page of Cups is definitely the one who wears the heart on the shoulder, extremely vulnerable, extremely intuitive, sensitive. And so, this is something that sometimes we think we don't need anybody else around us, especially a bunch of people. And sometimes families are challenging. But, this is just about having a good time. This is not about, worrying about stuff from the past and who treated you this way and that way. It's just having a great time, having enjoying some good laughs, just feeling the serenity of being surrounded by people who get you, understand you, and it could just be about familiarity sometimes. Getting back in touch with who we are. Our families are sort of the foundation of where we come from, and as much as sometimes that stresses us out, there's no place like home, as they say, and I'm not forcing anybody to think that they need to go back to their home, but wherever home is calling you, whoever home is to you, whoever they are, or a person or a place, that's where you need to be right now, to sort of rejuvenate uh, and replenish your energies. You know, look at him in the water playing around. If you know, going to the beach, if that's your thing, if that's home for you, the ocean or a body of water, do that. And this will, in nature, will sort of clear your energy as well. Now, this is interesting. The Tower card, the card I pulled from the bottom of the deck. When I saw this card, when I was looking through it, I found it interesting that the ducks were in the card and in the forefront. The Tower energy is in the background, which is very interesting. And they brought us to the foreground where the duck, you know, is safe because it can swim. It's they can, you know, survive on land, air, and water. So there's options there. And it tells me that like whatever might come up in your life, you're ready for this. You're ready for where you'll land wherever you need to land. So don't get too concerned about something that might not work out. So you might be, have something in your mind that you're fixated on, and it sort of creates this sort of tower-like experience. It just throws everything up for you. You can't grasp on anything, and you feel like you have no control. And it's like you're really afraid of just this some kind of encounter. You will float through this water scene in front of it just gives you this sense of that you can just float through it all with ease. And this wall here, um and it gives you a sense of being protected from the vast majority of it. So don't let so get a sense is that to enjoy something, you've got to get over something you have in the back of your head that, if I slow down, then, like, and I'm just going to be funny about this, my house might blow up. If I go on a vacation, this might go wrong, or that might go wrong, or that might go wrong. And that's your mindset. That is an excuse to keep you from slowing down and actually enjoying the life you've been working very hard to manifest. And that keeps you perpetually on edge and uneasy. And they're writing the word obsessed with things not going your way. They write the word whisper as if to say, don't listen to that loud, screaming voice. Listen to that voice that whispers to you. You have this sense of hopelessness that they wrote. And if you listen to that whisper, that voice that whispers to you, what's the word that I saw? I can't remember the word they wrote. But it will comfort you. It will minimize some of the stuff that you're conjuring up for yourself. So just listen to that voice that whispers. It's more, it's simple. It's a voice of simplicity. Maybe you're worried about a whole bunch of things, and the only thing you need to be focused on is this one thing. Just as in this situation, just know that you're going to enjoy yourself, but just make that heartfelt decision. Don't think of home as like where you grew up or where you live now, but just let the people or the place or the situation that comes to your heart as home, let that be what you enjoy and what you take some time with some friends, some loved ones to enjoy and celebrate. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful week. God bless.